Unbeatable quality at unbeatable prices and no bleed. I would like to see if these live up to this claim. Hi everybody, today I am taking a look at the Optimus Felt Tip Pens. These were a request to see how they were handled, how they work, you know. People want me to review these. I think because of their price. These are very inexpensive felt tip pens. I was able to get this 24 count set of all of their colors from Amazon for $12.99. Now, to put this in a different light, I reviewed the Amazon Basics set, which I figured were a pretty good, you know, trade for the regular Papermate Flairs. Amazon Basics for 24 count was $16.37. So these are $3 cheaper than the Amazon brand. So if these are nice, then these would be a really excellent Fineliner felt tip pen to use if you want color for coloring or for doing, like, you know, color coding, all of the things. I grabbed some of their claims off of the website for Ink, I think is what the name of the company is that sells these. They do like kids coloring supplies. That they dry fast, there's no ink bleed, medium tip. You can get black and blue available in their own like boxes, like a full box of black or a full box of blue, or you can get the 24 count of the colors. The colors don't have names, so I won't be writing names for them. But I want to check them out, and I want to see kind of how they look compared to a Papermate Flair in terms of how they feel, and so on and so forth. If the colors are beautiful and they feel good when they're writing, then like these could be a really awesome situation. So I'd like to see. So they came in this box that says review us online from Amazon. Whoop. And here are the pens. They're in these little plastic holders to, I guess, keep them nice. Honestly, I'm gonna just take them out of there because they're probably not gonna stay in this box for very long. So let's see. It's just like holy shit. These pen clips are very firm. It's just a little piece of plastic. But I do want to kind of keep them in some semblance of order for color swatching, so maybe I should have done that. It's not like I haven't done 8 million pen reviews before. Oh my god, come on. Okay, let's bring these, let's bring these up here, and we'll just go with the black for now. So this is what they look like. They are very fancy looking. They are plastic. They're not super heavy, so there's like the betrayal of weight. Like they look fancy, but they feel like an inexpensive pen. There's the silver situation on it. It's a sticker, it feels like, that has the foiling. It's not like embedded into the pen. It says Optimus Medium Tip Pen and the brand name. There's no color name, the color of the pen being the color of the ink. Now, like I just said, the pen clip is really solid. Like it is firm. This is a substantial pen clip. It's also a little sharp on the sides. The cap goes on really nicely and they cap really tightly. They are a plastic nibbed felt tip pen, which is a good sign for me. Often these tend to be the best fine liners for me when it comes to like felt tip pens, because of my heavy-handedness. As a comparison, I grabbed the two pens that are like sort of in the most sort of range. Now the Amazon Basics has the same looking tip, the same plastic tip, and actually I'm gonna come back to that in a second. The Papermate Flair medium tip has a plastic tip, but the tip is transparent and holds the color of the ink. They seem to be the same size. They seem to be the same idea. The biggest difference I'm noticing here is that the biggest thing is that the Optimus Fineliners and the Amazon Fineliners seem to be a very similar body shape. They both have the little cross at the top. The one on these pens is just the color of the pen, and the one on the Amazon Basics is white. They have the same solid pen clip. They have the same pen shape, and like where it divots in here is the same. The only difference is the Optimus pens have the sticker on them, and the Amazon Basics are printed directly on them. So I would not be surprised if these pens are from the same manufacturer and they're just labeled differently. So let's just write and see what the tip feels like. That's a nice even tip. It feels really good as a heavy-handed person, even putting in some pressure. Now I want to take this Amazon Basics, and it feels like, I wonder if there's a color that's exactly the same as this. This one? No. This one? No. Maybe this one? No. This one? No. So, okay, well, the colors aren't exactly the same, but they feel like they came from the same manufacturer. But the tip feels similar, maybe slightly squishier. Now, compared to the Papermate Flair, the Papermate Flair definitely has more of a give. It feels like the Papermate Flair has a little bit more of the felt tip, whereas both the Optimus and the Amazon Basics seem to be a little bit more, like a little less felt tip, a little bit more plastic, and the Papermate Flair seems to have a much more cushiony feel to it. So I would say, for me personally, just from this quick test, that I feel like the Optimus, with its kind of less cushiony feel, would be excellent for writing, whereas the Papermate Flair would be more of a lettering pen for me because I like having the cushiony feel for lettering. So there is a difference in the tip feel. If you like a squishier pen, the Flair is probably for you. And if you like a scratchier, like more plasticky pen, then the Optimus will likely be one for you. But if you have the Amazon Basics, the tips feel basically the same. I'm going to test the bleed, and I'm going to do it on my Leuchtturm because it is a bleedy as fuck paper. So for a pen that says it doesn't bleed, this could be an interesting one. Well, it shadows like anything does on the Leuchtturm, but it did not bleed. Not at all. See, the click art up here did bleed a little bit more. But yeah, that's actually pretty nice on Leuchtturm paper. And as an example, let's put the Flair here. Yeah, I didn't see any bleed. Let's test the smear resistance. Oh, that was a Smeary McSmearson. Smeary McSmearson. What else did they say? Dries fast. Well, not fast enough. Let's see. Let's count it down from 3 seconds. Smeared after 3 seconds. Let's try 5 seconds. Smeared after 5 seconds. It was dry after 10 seconds. That's not a fast dry for a pen. Not a fast dry at all. Lefty friendly? Probably not. I would have my kid check, but they're not here right now. So yeah. All right. So now that we've looked at that, I am going to test the colors. This is just my sketch pad. It's an Arteza sketch pad. I'm just using this right now because I have very little pages left in my Leuchtturm and I don't want to destroy them. So I'm just going to give you a quick range of the colors. I have some things to say about these colors. First of all, this color range is fucking gorgeous. The teal and like the aqua, so beautiful. The mauve, so pretty. There's a few shades like these two pinks or this mauve and this like darker kind of purpley dark mauve that are really close together, which is, you know, kind of a bummer to not have a little bit more distinct colors in those cases, but they're beautiful. They're all bright. Even the palest colors, this pink, the yellow, this light blue, and the gray are still readable. The exposure on the camera is making it a little harder to see, but in person, they are much more readable than, say, a lot of the pastel colors in the old Erin Condren pens. And as a matter of fact, my thought when I was writing with these was that they reminded me of the plastic tip on the old Erin Condren pens that I loved so much. These might be my replacement for those. It might be hard to see, but like right here, there was some spattering where the plastic tip kind of caught on the tooth of the paper and sort of like spewed ink. That is something that I have noticed with some plastic tip markers, especially the like lower quality that they are, which is kind of a bummer. It seemed to happen with a few of the darker colors. They're vibrant. They do remind me a lot of the Papermate Flair colors. So I would say that my view on these is that if you have the Amazon Basics already, you probably have pens that are at least related to each other from the same warehouse. If you have a lot of Flairs, your biggest reason for going for these would be that you want the plastic tip, like the scratchier, less cushy tip. But if you have the Amazon Basics, then you probably don't need these. If you don't have Flairs or Amazon Basics, these could be a really good budget option. $12.99 for a pack of 24 of these pens with like that write like this. it's a good price. I am actually thinking that I might use some of these to color code in my power sheets. I'm not sure yet. I really like them. They're probably going to go in my drawer where I keep the Fineliners, like the colorful pens that I turn to on a regular basis. I have a drawer on my desk that has highlighters and Fineliners, and they may go in there. I don't think these are a run out and buy if you already have colorful Fineliners that you like, colorful felt tip pens. If you've been looking to buy some pens and you're on a budget, these are not hot garbage. I would love to hear from you in the comments what you think about these pens. Have you tried them before? Do you think that they might be something you might add to your collection? And I'd love to hear any other pens you'd like me to start looking at. I'm going to start figuring out what I'm doing in the next few months on YouTube, and I always love doing pen reviews, so hearing about pens you want me to take a look at is always the business. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to stay safe, wear a mask. We just went back into a full-blown shelter in place here in the Bay Area in California, so not like Jesse and I have really been doing anything. It just is a reminder that we are not out of the woods yet with this pandemic, even with the great news about the vaccine. So make sure to wear a mask, wash your hands, socially distance, because I really love you guys and I would like to spend 2021 with you. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, friends, peace out.